Assalamu alaikum. The question is that in religious studies, we're studying madhabs, and we find out that Jafri is the oldest, but how come we don't follow it, and who made up madhabs, and why are we following them when we have the Quran, the Khalifas, and the Hadith?
Repeat again, sorry.
Basically, we're studying madhabs, school of thought, and we find out that Jafri is the oldest madhab, but it's like, why don't we follow that, and why are there so many made, and why were they made in the first place when we have the Quran?
Why do
we follow it, and why were the madhabs made?
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum.
Basically, the caller is asking about this. She said, I don't know whether he or she, I'm confused. Basically, the viewer said that they are studying about madhab in religious studies, and they discovered that one of the oldest madhab is the Jafri madhab. Why is it not being followed, and why were madhab actually formed? What brought about the formation of this madahib? To the best of my knowledge, I know that yes, the madhab Jafri is still in existence. There are still people who follow the opinions of Imam Jafar. But the only thing, it's not even what people see today, this Madaahibul Arba, four Madahib. These are not the only Madahib that actually started with the beginning of fiqh. You see, there were so many Imams, so many Madahib. But this madahib died out slowly, especially madahib whose, for example, the Layth, madhab al-Laythi, this existed. All this Dawud al-Zahiri, these are all madahib. These ai these leaders, these scholars, fuqaha, they had students that they were teaching in the areas, the various areas where these people resided, where they lived. Then after the death of these teachers, these fuqaha, rahimahumullah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon all of them, then the students took that burden of writing out all what the teachers said to them. For example, Imam Abu Hanifa, rahimahullah, had his student. He had his student. When he was teaching, these students were writing. They were writing some of his fatwa, the injunctions that he gave on many issues. When he passed away, rahimahullah, then this student took up this burden, this responsibility of actually putting together all the statements of this great scholar, and then they were referring to this. Whenever there is any mas'ala, they will refer to what their teacher said to them. Although some of them actually, at the end of the day, they had some other things that they added in this madahib. The same thing with Imam Malik. When he was alive, he had students. Imam Shafi'i, rahimahullah, Imam Ahmad, rahimahullah, all of the A'immas, all of these great scholars, they had students. So some of these madahib died out because after the death of the teacher, there were no teachers, there were no students to take up this madhab. And besides fiqh, if there is I will guide you to a very nice book. It is called Evolution of Fiqh. If you have your pen with you, especially the caller, if you have your pen with you, take the title of this book, Evolution of Fiqh, written by Dr. Bilal, Abu Amina Bilal Philip. It's a very nice book that speaks about the formation of this madahib, how they evolved, how some of them died out, some of the reasons behind the death of this madahib, and why nowadays we only have 4. But to sum it up, why were these madahib formed? They were formed in order to help explain the issues that were very, very important to the Muslims. So all these imams, they used the Quran, they used the Sunnah, They use ahadith to explain these issues that they were asked. So there is nothing wrong in saying, okay, I follow this particular madhab, but the thing that is wrong is when you think that your madhab is the best. No other madhab is good. The opinion of other scholars of other madhab is not correct. You are implying that the teacher or those people who actually formed, those scholars who actually formed this madhab knew everything. And this is not true. Because even the scholars, the great imams themselves, starting from Imam Abu Hanifa, who was the oldest of them all, to Imam Ahmad, who is one of the youngest amongst the four imams, rahimahumullah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon them all. They all urged us to follow the correct opinion. If the sunnah, if the hadith comes, and it happens that the hadith is authentic, if there is any contradiction between anyone's statement, when I mean anyone here, I'm talking about these ai*imma, these imams. If there is any contradiction between the hadith, a correct hadith, and the statement of any of these imams, then we have to follow the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So I believe that there are still people who still follow the madhab Ja'fari, the madhab of Imam Ja'far. Inshallah, I hope that answers your question.